Name that movie.
Watercooler. Ba 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 dum. Watercooler. Watercooler. Ba 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 dum. Hey, welcome back to Watercooler. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. You know how the show goes. I, Chris Locks, I'm on a kick it with my Curl Digital Bud and Gary and Kaylin and Matt. With me today, all the way in NoHo, CA, it's Mr. Mike Dawson.
Welcome back to Watercooler, the show where Chris kicks it with some buds. And how are you?
I'm great. Where are you sitting? What is that place? I don't
Sitting,
even.
I'm sitting at my bar.
The lighting is so good.
This is the best space for comfort and the confluence of comfort and light. I think I found the sweet spot.
Yeah, you have a very nice bar. I've sat in it a few times, but it just looks different from this camera angle. And then all the way in Austin, Texas, it's Matt Fondelier.
Hey, brother.
Hi, Matt. And all the way in Orange County, California, it's Gary Smith.
What's up?
Yo, Gary. And then lastly, but not leastly, all the way in Long Beach, California, we have Mr. Kalen Bean.
What's going on?
Hello, Kalen.
Hello, Chris.
So, we do a Patreon every week. I don't know if we mentioned it on the show before. You get extra content.
Awesome.
We also do a movie night, and Gary's picked the movie club, where we all watch a movie, and then we talk about it for, 40 or so minutes. And Gary picked the movie 65.
Well, hold on, Chris, because not only do we do a movie night, but we also do a Malo Money meetup. And this month, the meetup is going to go right into the movie club. So everyone who comes to hang out with us and talk shit, everyone's still there. They can hang out and watch the movie club live. So that's something they can look forward to later this week.
I love it. Great plug. Yes, very valuable info from Mr. Gary. So everybody should watch 65. Everybody.
It's on Netflix.
Let's get that thing back in the Netflix top 10. I love a dinosaur. It's a dinosaur movie, right?
There's dinosaurs.
Really?
Yeah. I was about to watch it the other night, and then right before I clicked on it, Netflix goes, "Hey, Chris, Godzilla -1 is also on Netflix."
Yeah.
And I went, "Ooh, this is dumb. Should I be a good student here and watch 65, or watch this movie that I've been wanting to watch for a very long time?" And very long, but I mean a few months. But Godzilla -1. I watched Godzilla -1, and I loved it. What a fantastic movie!
Can't wait to hear your thoughts on the other one. It's gonna be a hell of a double feature, I'm gonna tell you.
Am I gonna get a little bit of whiplash?
Quite a bit.
So, actually, and then before that, I was gonna watch it a few nights ago, on May 31st, and I thought, okay, I'll watch 65 tonight. But then Netflix goes, whoa, pump the brakes, Mr. Subscriber. You know, LA Confidential is only on Netflix for today. It's gone tomorrow.
One day only, exclusive.
One day. That's what they told me. It's like, should I watch 65 or should I watch LA Confidential, which I've never seen?
Oh, it's so good.
It's an easy call.
It's also a Christmas movie. It's also a Christmas movie in a way. So.
It is. It is I love that it was a Christmas movie, and so I thought, I picked LA Confidential. What a delightful film.
So good.
It was so good, and I knew nothing about it, so I was quite happy to see. Like, that looks like
you are 2 for 2 on great movies to watch. So let's see how the next one pans out.
Well, I have to watch 65 by tomorrow, so
I know
you get to watch.
Well, Gary, before we turned on the mics here, Gary was saying that he was upset about his choice.
I am, and I would like to take this time to apologize to absolutely nobody. But god damn it, is that movie dog shit from the first 15-20 minutes that I've watched so far. And I am now understanding why Kalen has tapped out at that point the last time he tried. I think it was somewhere around there.
It was like 40 minutes. It was longer.
Okay,
but
so you got it longer.
I didn't get all the way through it.
I got to like 20 or 25 minutes and then I had to stop because I was so angry. And I've spent the last 3 hours or so just trying to imagine a world where they can bring this movie home to a logical point that I'm going to accept, and I can't get there. I know. I am just gonna fucking feel the rest of this movie.
I am feeling my inner college student go, can I get away with this movie club and not watch the movie and just fake it?
No. The crowd can get away with it. The cast. has to fucking read the script. You know what I mean?
I've BS'd my way through a lot of things in my day. So
well, I will now be watching this movie
considering.
with an eye for small details that I will be quizzing you about throughout the course of this.
There you go.
Fucking feel it. You have to feel it too. You cannot Wikipedia this and fucking Cliff Notes it. You have to watch this dog shit the same way I do.
I saw this movie once of my own volition, and I refused to watch it a second time.
I don't blame you. You've done the work though. That's fine with me. You're not. That's not cheating. You've seen. The movie,
I do shoulder some of the blame in all this. I will like to add, Gary did propose. There were two options on which one he was weighing. One of them was I wasn't as happy with it as I thought I would be, but still a pretty enjoyable, kind of long action movie starring Ryan Gosling, who I love. And then this movie, which I knew was fucking horrible, and I swayed Gary towards the more horrible movie because I thought it'd be more fun to shit on.
Right.
So
I think it will be more fun
responsibility
to shit on.
here.
Kaylin, this is not your fault. This is Gary's fault.
Yeah, it is. And look, Chris, the one thing that you didn't highlight is that before the mics heated up, I was mad, but what I was doing, the way I got into being mad, was apologizing to the four of you because I did this to us.
Right.
And I take fucking full responsibility, and I am sorry.
I'm just glad that we changed the format of this because it used to be that we had to watch the movie and comment on it in real time, which, excuse me, in a movie like this, for an hour would have just been all of us going, oh, God, fucking God damn it.
Yeah.
Fuck. Why are we still, But thankfully, this new format where we watch the movie in advance and we just get to dump all over it.
Can we still do that? Okay. I mean, my comments might still be similar to that anyway. I'm not looking forward to you suffering through this. But we shall power on and power through.
Chris, I will say
if you just look at it as a really bad movie and you know that going in, it can become a lot more entertaining. You just gotta like change your perspective and go, this movie is fucking horrible. Like I'm gonna have fun with how bad it is instead of like trying to find any real good parts in it.
I don't know, right. Kaylin. I went into it fully knowing that it was a terrible fucking movie, and by the time it got to the name of the movie, I was already fucking seething. I was so upset.
That's a hard critique right there.
It does not make sense.
By the time the title card comes up, I'm out.
I was fucking angry, Dawson. Like I wanted to fight someone. I wanted to argue about it.
Do movies?
Well, there's going to be an opportunity on this week's Movie Club at WC.
Yeah, but I wanted to argue with somebody involved in the making of this dog shit, not my friends. Like, I want to make fun of it with you guys, but like, I want to sit Adam Driver and or his agent down and be like, aren't you embarrassed? What exactly was the plan here? You like day 7 of shooting. Like, what'd you think might come out of this? Ugh.
Well, you're really selling it for me now. I can't wait to watch it. Once again, going back to LA Confidential. So I was watching it with Jen, who she's never seen it either. So I thought, I saw it. It's its last day on Netflix. And I heard this movie is quite good. We should just watch it. And the whole time I was just sounding like the oldest man in the world because I just kept looking at it going, this movie is so, look at this. Look how they filmed it. You don't see movies like this anymore. Look at this. Look at this. I was just like, look at how they shot that. Like the drama, the cinematography, the story. It's like you don't see movies like that, and also it's shot on film, so it has that grainy, saturated look that I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I come from that era that it resonates more with me, or maybe it's just more pleasant to watch a movie like that rather than this ultra HD 4K stuff that we get now. And I likened it to...
This is like a period piece as well, and it's meant to kind of convey that old school style.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it works that it was actually filmed that way.
Right. But also, I don't know, it's kind of what ruined The Simpsons for me. Because you watch an old Simpsons episode, the ones that they hand drew, and they really focus on the shots, and like it was actually like cinematic the way that they would do some of the shots on The Simpsons, and now it's all computer animated. It's really crystal clear. It doesn't look the same. It's not really as warm, and so I wonder if everything just needs like a filter of some sort to make it a little more saturated, or if that's just the era I grew up in, and maybe Kaylin, for instance, resonates more with like the ultra 4K HD stuff.
Well,
I mean, I don't know. I was watching Godzilla -1 yesterday, and that looked pretty fucking sweet.
It did look pretty good.
Pretty
yeah,
good
that was
in
a good
Ultra
movie.
4K.
You watched it yesterday?
I watched half. I watched the first half.
Split
Which
into
I am
two.
excited for the second half. That's all I'll say.
Speaking of computer effects, Chris, did you watch the film with Kevin Spacey, or did you watch the new movie where they've computer generated replaced him with a different actor?
Yeah, they replaced him with Tig Notaro. It was pretty. It was pretty jarring at first.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I heard she was really good though.
Very good, very good at it, very convincing. I like Kevin Spacey's acting. There,
And that was the last episode of the Watercooler. Thank y'all for listening.
Kevin Spacey
Good
got
save there,
railroaded.
Chris.
Kevin
What?
Spacey got
What?
fucking
What?
railroaded.
I like Kevin Spacey.
I like Kevin
Kevin Spacey's
acting.
awesome.
That was the hardest ass I've ever heard in my life.
Do I remember correctly, Dawson? Kevin Spacey liked you. Did you tell a story
Did
about
Santa
that
Barbara
once?
Bowl, probably Santana show, but the reason why he liked me is because I knew who he was and I did not blow his cover.
Mm.
He was scared for a second that I was going to go, "Hey, look, everybody."
Right. Who does that? Who would do that to
I
anybody?
think some people do.
Dodson, we got Dodson
Wow.
here.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Dodgson.
Look at all
Oh,
these
that's right.
dinosaurs.
Ah, you think I would learn?
Yeah. The calling people out publicly is, I don't know. I don't have that in me for sure. So I just don't understand it. But I understand it exists. All right. So I was driving the other day and I was trying to rush home because I was picking up lunch for the fam. And I'm about to make a right turn but I get stopped by a cop. Not personally stopped, but they stopped the whole intersection because there's a funeral motorcade going through. Everyone has their flashers on, and I have to wait for them. And car after car after car after car. Very sad, very sad. I'm not complaining, but
Sounds like it was kind of more annoying than
it
sad.
was taking forever. It was taking forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just watching all the cars go flat, and so I'm just sitting there, and then I get home and I'm like, oh, sorry, I would have been here a little earlier, but funeral motorcade and whatever. We just ate a cold lunch, no big deal. So
God, that
now
person's so selfish.
that's what I said.
Yeah.
Like, did that person not realize that I was bringing hot food home?
What was the food?
Good question, Caitlin. Thank you.
Broasted chicken.
Nice, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's when like a
Roasted?
super cool dude roasts the chicken.
Yeah, yeah. Guys in sunglasses and backwards hats. They do a quick keg stand and then they cook your chicken.
Do we know what broasted means? Does it mean
I think we
breaded
just
and
figured
roasted?
it out.
Yeah, Chris just explained it perfectly. Keg stands and chicken, bruh.
There are a few places out here who do it, and I've never had broasted chicken that I didn't fully enjoy, but I'm not really sold on what broasted means.
I don't even, to be honest, I don't really
Of
know.
all
either.
people, I feel like you'd be the most into it.
Right, but I'm not being facetious here, Ken. I'm being serious. Does broasted mean breaded and roasted? And I know
No.
there's a thing called the internet, but I refuse to look it up.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
I'm looking it up now.
We don't have to. Oh, perplexity answer.
Um,
So
Good call. I wasn't there, but that's exactly where I'm going now.
I actually don't know, and I think I have looked it up before. And I still didn't understand it. I think it's like pressure cooked.
Yeah, there's something to it.
Yeah, there's like something to it, but
And
I
it's a
don't-
regular thing. There are like several places that serve broasted chicken.
Yeah, and it's quite good.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. Supposedly it's a little bit healthier than like just straight up fried chicken. But anyway,
Not when it's cold.
no, when it's cold.
It's
So-
a unique method of frying chicken under pressure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, but I don't really know what that means. So a couple days later, I'm driving, and lo and behold, another funeral motorcade.
Oh boy.
But this time it's running parallel with me, so I'm not perpendicular, so I have to stop. So,
Mm.
and I realize if I just go in tandem with this funeral motorcade, I won't hit a red light for a minute.
Oh, the Die Hard 3. You call for an ambulance, and you use them as blocker.
Oh, I didn't even remember that from Die Hard 3. So, so I did that, and
That's a great idea because then you just get in line with them, and if anybody looks at you weird, you just start looking like you're crying You know, like you're
put
like
my-
so
yeah,
like
put the
this is
flashes
Uncle
on.
Johnny or whatever, you know,
Yeah.
and people aren't going to question you, man.
Right. That's it. See, little life hack there. So I use the
Uncle
funeral
Johnny,
motorcade,
man. Gotta get there.
and I got
You
there.
have to call the ambulance to the place that you need to get to. And you got to be close to an ambulance place so that you can catch the ride there.
Well, but here's
Because
the
if you
thing,
just call
Dawson.
an ambulance to where you are, you're not going to follow that guy out of there.
But
He's
here's
talking
the
about
thing,
the
Dawson,
funeral brigade, though.
as we learned about in the movie, if you are using
In the movie Die
ambulance
Hard
thing,
3, though.
you got to
right.
think about which hospital it comes from.
Right,
because
exactly.
In the movie,
Yeah.
they can't take it all the way because south of 56th Street, it's a different hospital.
Right.
Have you seen that movie?
There's a lot
Gary?
to it. There's a
Oh,
lot
I
to
know
it.
that movie by
Yeah.
fucking heart, Chris. That movie rules.
Is that the
Die
best
Hard
Die
that
Hard
one.
3?
Die
Die
Hard
No.
with a Vengeance?
No.
I don't think it's
Die
the
Hard
best
2.
Die Hard.
Die
I
Hard
don't
2 is the best one?
I don't think 2's the best one, but
It's Live Free or Die Hard, right?
I mean, that one's up
That's
there for
pretty
me.
good. That's pretty good.
You throw some Kevin Smith in a Die Hard, it's going to be pretty tough for me to, you got the
I think
I'm
a
that
lot of-
guy and Kevin Smith. Come on.
I think a lot of people just turned us off.
Mm.
All right, before we move on here, Dawson, you've coughed, but then you've been unclicking your mic, but I still all I hear is a click, and I still hear
Okay.
you cough.
Yeah,
So I
I
don't
click
know
off.
if you think you're
That's-
muting yourself.
No, I know exactly what it's doing. I just don't want to reach that far.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I
Stacey
honestly didn't know
appreciates
how
that.
bad it was, though. I didn't know if it was tolerable or not because I
There's a-
obviously can't hear that on my end.
Right. It's like a
It's
you take a
intolerable.
cable.
I get it. No problem.
Yeah, you
dude.
get it.
No problem.
It's a little clicky. It's a
No
Stacey,
little,
problem.
by the way,
Thanks
will-
for saying something.
We'll get to it in Patreon, but Stacy sent in a time code for a drop she wants pulled.
Great.
oh boy. For those who don't know, Stacey is Dawson's
Has a major crush on
nemesis
me.
on Patreon.
She has a major crush on me. I dominate her thoughts.
All right. Well, look, we got comments. We got stuff to get into. Do you guys want to start with some comments?
Do
it.
Let's go.
Now it's time for listener
Oh yeah, and this is the portion of the show where we hear from you, the listener, about what you thought about last episode or just life in general. It's quite nice. So the first comments that I'm gonna read from come from our ad-free version on Patreon for our last episode, Pyramids and Friendship. That's a nice name. It already makes me happy. Jacob more or less says, if you ain't first, you're last. And he quoted Ricky Bobby. By the way, did he have a last name in that movie?
Is that a joke? Yes, it's Bobby because his father's name is Reese.
It must. And Jacob unsubscribed for that attack.
That one like had me scratching my head because it's clearly a joke I don't get.
And then Joe Cool says, we had a midget town in Kentucky just outside of Louisville. It was a religious cult campground. Doesn't everyone have a midget town? Oh, and I also was. Well, we'll answer that first part. I don't know if does everyone have one? Do you guys?
No.
Yeah, Dawson doesn't.
No, we didn't have one.
I feel like you're more likely to have like a little Italy or something like that, you know? If
We
we're
didn't have
talking
one of
about
those
like
either.
cultural sections to integrate into
Yeah.
your town.
True.
I don't know, put the pepperonis on the pizza. Joe Cool also says that he was part of a school bus trip too. They converted it into a church bus for a cross-country road trip. They made it from Kentucky to about halfway through Colorado before the bus broke beyond what we could afford to repair. So there you go. Love that, Joe. See, it's a common thing, and I highly suggest it for everybody. If you
Lots of people without any drive, just getting a bus, go anywhere. No career path, no nothing. I'm just gonna spend the next fucking 4 to 5 months just driving around.
I'm telling you,
Good
dude,
job. I'm
there's-
jealous. I'm jealous. I
there's
bring it up because
people-
I'm jealous.
Dawson, there are people that are vlogging their cross country experience. It's called Bang Bus. You should
I
check
know
it
they're
out.
the worst. Yeah.
That's a great vlog, actually.
Yeah.
No,
It's a good
I've
vlog.
heard- Great vlog.
I've seen it all.
Yeah. Let's see here. We'll go to our Facebook group, and this one's free to join. Facebook.com/groups/Bobo Boy Army Worldwide LLC. If you want to join, just go to that website, that URL, answer a few questions. We might let you in. and it's my favorite place on the internet, and it is constantly growing. So get in while the getting's good. It's always good. So let's see here. Rich McKinney, he made some smoked duck. And he posted a picture you can find on the Facebook group, but that looks
You
delicious.
hear that, duck guy? Some fucking competition, baby.
Oh, here we go.
I think that is Duck Guy.
I don't
really?
think that's not Duck Guy.
That doesn't sound like duck guy. He usually signs a duck guy.
That's true.
Patreon.
Stuart Bradshaw says, hey, what do you think about cutting a sandwich into so there's a meme of a guy who cut a sandwich into 3 pieces. He did a Y cut, so you have 3 triangles. And
Chef Gruel did that.
who did it?
Chef Gruel. I don't know if he was the first one or what, but that's the first time I saw it. Andrew Gruel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, from Slapfish.
Yep.
Yeah. Have you guys had gruel?
Yes.
What
I
is
don't
it?
think I have. I feel like I've heard the word.
Oh, I
It's
heard it in
just low
Godzilla
grade.
-1.
It's not. It's cream of wheat.
Like
Oh, it's
oatmeal?
like, is it grits and oatmeal?
I don't know, dude.
Grill?
I have no idea.
You should Google it.
I've never. I don't think I've ever eaten gruel in my life. I lied. I've had really shitty cream of wheat, and I probably called it gruel.
Mm.
But I think gruel is an entirely separate thing.
Right. You know what I don't like? I don't like people who call oatmeal cereal. It's not.
People
It's
who
hot
call
cereal.
oatmeal cereal.
It's
yeah,
hot
they call it
cereal.
hot cereal.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what we called it growing up. Hot cereal.
It's oatmeal. It's oatmeal
It's
mush.
its own thing.
It's its own
Unless
thing.
it's cream of wheat, then
Yeah.
it's not oatmeal. It's hot cereal.
You guys like oatmeal?
You mean breakfast soup? Love it.
Yeah, I like that. Breakfast soup. I'm down for
Isn't
that.
cereal just breakfast soup though, Matt?
Most soups are traditionally hot. I suppose.
What about
Your
gazpacho?
Yeah, it's a breakfast gazpacho, exactly.
Why not?
Jim Blake has a meme with the zebra gum guy. Oh, this is
Pretty funny.
That's not appropriate. All right. This is a family
I just
show, Chris.
realized what it was. You know, it's the zebra guy and a woman in bed together, and the zebra guy's looking quite satisfied, and the woman goes, "You're done already?" Because zebra gum, the flavor just goes too quick.
Okay, I get the flavor,
Yeah,
but
'cause
why?
what we
What's
talked
happening?
about.
Yeah, I get the flavor thing, but why
I-
is that? Why is that funny, Chris? What's in the picture?
I don't understand the
Like, she
exact
gave him-
joke.
Because
he
the
gave her a piece
zebra
of gum.
gave her a piece of gum
Oh.
and she chewed it 3
Mm.
times and the flavor was gone. And that's the meaning.
Right. There you go. See, Dawson
They're
can
in bed
explain it.
together.
It's a
Ryan-
hell of 3 seconds though.
Ryan Scriffs.
Great gum. It's great gum. That's all I'm saying.
It is. Oh, if
For
that
those
thing
3
could last-
seconds,
if
it
that
is
thing lasted
glorious.
10 seconds, they would have stayed in business. I don't know why
Yeah.
they could figure out the perfect flavor, but they just couldn't get it to last. It's just it's like a Twilight Zone where the guy gets all the books he wants in the world, but he doesn't have glasses. Like it's just like they're so close to just perfection, and they missed it. Ryan Scripps says, I probably talk almost as much about myself in this group as I do to my therapist. So here goes. I like the movie The Devil Wears Prada way more than I probably should, and I like it a lot. Come at me. Ryan.
Fantastic movie.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Gonna
Why
get
would we
any
come
flack
at
from
you
here.
for a fantastic take?
Yeah. That's like, oh, I love the movie The Dark Knight, and I don't care who knows it. The Devil
Well-
Wears Prada is awesome. It's universally
Never saw
awesome. Oh, you'd love watching Inside 65.
It's a great movie.
I might watch it
I've
tonight.
always kind of wanted to watch it.
I think I'm gonna watch it tonight. Yeah. It's very good. Very good. And
If nothing
Hathaway.
else, for the Office episode, it inspired.
I don't.
I don't
oh,
remember
okay.
that GIF.
I'm sure you
don't.
Peak Anne Hathaway.
I still maintain, but I was outvoted when this first came up. I remember everyone else went with Dark Knight Rises, but I still maintain that's peak Anne Hathaway.
Devil Wears.
No, it's
Yeah.
peak Adrian Grenier.
No,
Well,
it's not.
it's kind of only Adrian Grenier.
Peak Adrian Grenier is when he came on the Adam Carolla show.
Entourage season 4, season 5. I can't remember anymore.
Right.
It's been too
I'm not
long.
familiar.
yeah, Ryan, The Devil Wears Prada is awesome. I listen to Katie Tunstall's "Suddenly I See" every once in a while too, and that was the opening of that movie. Stanley Tucci, wonderful. He's Italian on both sides. He's great in it, and yeah, Meryl, everything.
Meryl's
in it.
Meryl is in it, dude.
She only goes by
Glenn
Meryl.
is not.
And early
Meryl
Emily
is.
Blunt as well.
Early
That was
Emily.
before she blew up.
Yeah. Before she married Jim from The Office and told him about that idea to make that funny scene. So it's all full circle. But yeah, great movie. And I may be leaning with Kaylin, Peak Anne Hathaway. Did you guys watch her new rom-com on Prime where she's dating like the much younger boy?
I did.
I watched it twice.
Did you like it, Matt?
Fucking awesome.
No, I did not.
I didn't like it either.
Like it.
I didn't care for it, but it got good reviews. I don't understand.
Greatest movie ever.
You should watch it, Dawson. It's like fan fiction if a mom got to date Harry Styles.
I've seen it. It's good.
Just make sure you get through Saltburn first, and then you can move on to Devil.
I am still only 10. I can't go back to Saltburn.
You gotta finish it.
Yeah, I'm still. They're not even at the cool house or whatever.
You got a lot of movie to watch.
Yeah.
Los Angeles posted, Bobos are the best bros. Thanks, Jamie and Eric Lepore. And
yeah, dude.
You got some treats here.
Came home the other day. There was a package on my porch. That's from an Italian grocery store outside of Pittsburgh. There's hot red pepper oil. Those peppers are stuffed with prosciutto and mozzarella.
Nice.
There's pepperoni, soppressata, of course the Dots pretzels. And here's the test of an Italian that I want to hang out with. When you give another Italian pasta, your pasta's under judgment. Okay, what pasta do you think I'm going to eat? And he went with the capellini, the angel hair, and that's respectable.
Is that a good call?
Yeah, it's the best call.
Capellini?
Yeah, the angel hair pasta.
Yeah. I worked at Macaroni Grill. You don't have to explain to me what capellini is.
Yeah. I like it when they make them into like different shapes, like cartoon characters.
Oh yeah, Batman.
Yeah, like Batman shaped pasta.
Batman pasta.
Right.
That's the best one.
I still have.
Ask any Italian.
They do that in Palermo.
I still get cravings for like Chef Boyardee stuff. I mean, I haven't had it in
noodles.
decades. It's just ketchup and noodles.
Well, you haven't moved into the Kraft mac and cheese phase of Benny
it's coming
quite
soon
yet.
for you,
Yeah,
Chris.
yeah, you're coming.
Is
you're
it
getting
as awesome
soon,
as I
and
think it's going to be?
It's more. It's more.
It's great when all of your childhood favorites come back around.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, I had a fruit roll up the other day. So good. It's so good. It's just as good as I remember. Let's see. Oh, and Dawson also got some pesto. What's in the pesto?
I didn't read the ingredients, but I was talking to Eric. I called him up to thank him, and he said, "Oh, by the way, I was just listening to the show, and in that pesto, there's pine nuts. You should just give that to Chris." And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I'll give that to Chris." Yeah, no, I still stand by my pesto thing. Grew up eating pesto my entire life. Nuts were never introduced, and I had a Sicilian grandmother. So, what are you gonna do? Maybe no pine nuts is a Southern thing.
Maybe. Yeah. But you're pretty adamant that it never had pine nuts.
Well, I mean, look, I don't make it with pine nuts, and I've never heard of it with pine nuts until like 10, 15 years ago.
Or last week.
Or last week, yeah.
Okay, Jacob Morales asks, was PBM ever brought up? Peak Bowel Movement. He says, no, Peak Bill Murray. He says, which movie would you consider Bill Murray's greatest role?
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters is on there. It is in second place right now.
I'm going to second that as well. Ghostbusters would be my vote. However,
Really?
I was disappointed to see that Lost in Translation, at least the time that I saw it, was not even mentioned.
Not even
And
mentioned.
in terms of his dramatic work, I would feel like that would probably be my number 2 pick if I'm
I
gonna
mean, maybe it's
say the best comedy and then the best drama.
Maybe it's our age, but is Groundhog Day on that list?
Yeah,
that's
that
what
was
has the
winning,
number
yeah.
one vote. Yeah,
That one's
Yeah,
amazing too.
dude.
That's a good balance of comedy and drama. So
That is one of my
could be the
favorite
best
movies.
one,
I
the
think
best
it.
one.
I think it is my peak Bill Murray. Is Groundhog Day.
There's just
I'd have to
something
give it to
about
Groundhog Day.
there's something about his level of sarcasm in Ghostbusters that is just the essence of Bill Murray. Like so many of the lines just feel off the cuff and improvised. And
If you like improvising Bill Murray, that's like off the cuff and like snarky and sharp. He's really good in Space Jam.
Oh yeah, the way he and Bugs Bunny played off each other was
Or
for the
MJ.
ages.
Or MJ. How was he in the new Ghostbusters? I assume you've seen it, Matt.
I have not seen Frozen Empire yet. The commercials just made me sad.
Oh,
I was actually thinking about this lately. I think both Ghostbusters and Jurassic Park, two movies that are amongst my all-time favorite films, and they've now both been so fucked out by franchisement that it is starting to almost taint my appreciation of the original ones.
Did you not like Afterlife? Because
It was
fine.
it was okay, but it just starts to like I would have loved them to have made a version of that movie 15 years earlier. It just was a little too late, all of it. And same with Jurassic World. I liked the first one; it was fine.
First one was great.
And now
downhill
I'm just
pretty
like,
quick
I just
after
like
that.
the first
I'm just
Jurassic
over it.
World was fine, but they really just ruined the Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park should have never been a franchise, and they're making another one again.
They
Yeah,
can't
they're
stop.
apparently-
They can't stop. It makes
They're
too much
apparently
money.
starting from like a whole new premise. Like they're starting completely over. It's still called Jurassic World, but it's like a new timeline.
It's like about this guy who travels to another planet, but there's dinosaurs all over the planet.
Okay,
Sounds good.
He's
So
like
far,
got to
so good.
save a little girl or some
Okay,
shit. I don't know.
yeah.
It sounded terrible. I don't know who would ever want to watch a movie like that.
I'm really pissed that I have to spend an hour and a half on that.
Chris, I don't know what you got planned here, but just a reminder, we do have a This Is How You Remind Me.
I have it.
Okay, good. All right.
Oh, I got it.
Just, anytime. Don't matter.
Okay, let's do it now.
This is how you remind me. This is how you remind me of the podcast we had.
Yeah.
All right, this is one that was selected by Sharon Severson. Thank you so much for posting this.
Severson.
moment. Listen, then spell it differently. All right.
Okay. Except that's probably the way it's spelled.
Sharon Severson. Thank
Sharon.
you very much. All
Severson.
right. You know what?
Sharon.
Steven Schumschracker. No, this is from episode 270. And well, she brings up the time that David Hunley was tracking the bean scale and revealed the items that had received 10s on the scale. I will say that this clip that we're about to hear, it is from episode 270, but Mr. Hunley, who was at the time trying to generate an AI that would determine what the future bean scale scores would be, he does say, and it's not in the clip, that what you're about to hear is only from the first 69 episodes of our show. So again, a bit of a time jump here.
Now, Kaylin, do you remember any of the 10s? Just say yes or no.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is
this will
gonna
be
be awesome.
fun. This will
It's
be
slightly
fun.
long. I think it's like it's maybe exactly a minute, maybe
It
slightly
is
longer.
exactly a minute.
Okay, cool. This is great.
Yeah. So this is Kalen rifling off his 10s. Thanks to Dave. Oh, by the way, David Hunley. I don't know what happened to his AI system. I heard that he had to stop using it because it was using Scarlett Johansson's voice. But regardless, this is episode 210 for the
270.
270. Excuse me, for the first.
And you can listen to this. That, by the way, that's why we're doing these clips, because they're all available in the backlog. Just scroll through your app. You can find them.
All right, here we go. A total of 14 things have achieved a perfect 10.
Ooh, so far.
Deadpool,
Seinfeld, Terminator, Beans the Food,
Oh wow.
the all-you-can-eat buffet at Dodger Stadium, Big Fake Butts, President FDR, Matt Fondelier's Toes,
I fucking told you that shit was on there.
What?
Getting a PhD, Elon Musk, South Park Season 20, Episode 1, Steve Jobs, the man, having your dad be a movie star, and National Women's Day. Note, everything above ranks higher than Kaylin's daughters on the bean scale.
Wow.
Now there are
Kalen?
some follow-up questions.
I'm just gonna play them one by one again, and let's just. Okay. Here we go. I have follow-ups. So go ahead, Matt.
I was just going to say what Sharon wants to know if there's been any updates, if there have been any 10s or any more zeros. I personally don't remember. I don't know if you guys do. And if Kaylin, you feel as if there should be any changes made to this.
Well, there shouldn't have any changes be made because once the score is out, it's final. We all know that.
That's
true.
true.
I can't go back and say you should redo a score. I will say that probably a little while after those episodes, I realized I was playing a little fast and loose with the 10s and the zeros. So I did decide to dial it back a little bit to legitimize the rating a little bit more. But hey, what's done is done. So you can't go back
So
and change it.
the scoring algorithm it makes it a lot harder to get a 10 these days or a 0.
Kaylin, do you remember what South Park Season 20, Episode 1 is?
No, I have no idea.
Well,
Sounds
we're
like
gonna
it was
go
a
back.
perfect episode, though.
Perplexity we'll find out in a sec, but let's go back.
Seinfeld,
Seinfeld. Wait, there's one before that. Wait, was it?
6 to 10.
Ooh, so far.
Deadpool,
Deadpool. Still a 10? New one coming.
That's what I gave it. That's
No,
going to stay that way.
Wow. Deadpool.
Somebody tells
You
me
have
this
your
is how this
answer
is
for the
gonna
next
go, Chris.
13
Deadpool got in
offerings here.
early.
Seinfeld,
Seinfeld, the show or the guy?
Uh-oh.
Both.
These days. I don't know about that, Kaylin. You may. Oh, we've already been canceled.
Did you watch Seinfeld, Kaylin? You
Seinfeld canceled?
There
Man
was
is-
some article about Adam Carolla recently that mentioned Jerry Seinfeld.
the man is being canceled at the moment by certain sections of the society.
Yeah, they're people are out to get him. But did you watch Seinfeld, Kaylin?
Not chronologically, but I've seen a lot of episodes and bits and pieces over the years.
Did any of you guys? Gary watched Seinfeld because he's made some Seinfeld references. I didn't grow up watching Seinfeld either. I've seen a few episodes, but not enough to where I can recall a ton of them. I'm going back and watching them because they're on Netflix and it's enjoyable. It's like a
I've watched-
period piece now.
Yeah, I've watched every episode.
Yeah, Doss, you've seen every episode?
Almost, I guess. Probably say I've seen 99% of Seinfeld.
Dawson, you like sitcoms, like the modern era, like post 90s, like Seinfeld. I know you watch The Office.
I like the Seinfeld in The Office. Other than that,
You don't watch Friends?
I tried to get into Parks and Rec, didn't really do it for me.
Really?
So no, I wouldn't say I'm a sitcom guy.
Oh, okay, just those.
I
two.
still will watch The Office when it's on, just as background noise.
I feel like people forget about Modern Family. I mean, the first
Yeah,
4 or
never
5 seasons of that show is fucking amazing. It is
Never
so
seen
goddamn
one
funny.
episode.
Oh, it's
It
so
is
fucking
so
funny, and it
good,
is
Chris.
overlooked in terms of I think some of the best sitcoms out there.
All right, I'll watch.
I agree, Kaylin.
Matt, what's
Yeah.
your favorite sitcom? Or is there one that you can recite that you just
Probably
seen,
Arrested Development.
you've
Can
seen
you
so
count
many
that one?
times? Yeah, we could count it. Sure, we'll count it.
I think I've seen every episode of Cheers. I would say Cheers is my most beloved sitcom.
Can you recite, like, if you're watching it, you know the next lines?
What's going on, Mr. Peterson? Let's talk about what's going in, Mr.
Yes.
Peterson.
I'll take that as a maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Norm lines are great.
Yeah.
What do you say to a beer, Mr. Peterson? Thank you. May I have another? You know,
I met
It's just comedy gold.
they weren't, I mean, but it was a time and a place. It's a fat guy walking up to a bar and he's got a clever quip every single time he sits down. It was a thing.
I met Ben
What's the
Savage.
story, Mr.
the other day.
Peterson? Boy buys beer, boy drinks beer, boy gets another beer.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked all the TGI Friday sitcoms. Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
You just call it TGI Friday?
Sorry, I worked at TGI Fridays. TGIF.
Thank you.
TGIF.
Oh, you like Saturday Nick? No,
Oh,
Snick.
Snick. Yeah, I did like Snick as well. They don't have that stuff like that anymore, but yeah.
No, they don't.
It's Friday night and the moon is bright. Gonna have some fun, show you how it's done. TGIF. Kalen doesn't even know what that is. Step by Step, maybe Sabrina the Teenage Witch, some Family Matters mixed in there. It was, Kalen, Friday night, you just wanted to stay home and watch TV. And it was the best TV of the week.
I believe you.
Speaking of which, and correct me if I'm wrong, Boy Meets World.
Yeah, it was on there.
AF show. Wasn't there some sort of moment that I saw on the Facebook group where somebody posted something and Chris, as you were reading a comment, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Something in your mind was triggered. What was that? Because it was never brought up on air.
So somebody posted a meme of, so there's this episode of Boy Meets World where Corey has this fantasy of him being really old with Topanga, I believe, and he keeps stealing the bread rolls. And Topanga's like, stop taking the rolls. And he looks at her and he goes, they want you to take the rolls, like in this old man voice. It is the line that I quote most from Boy Meets World because it's the most random.
That's I mean, shit, man. Here I am doing Norm lines, and Chris is sitting on the A material the
they
whole
want
time.
you to take the rolls.
They want you to take the rolls.
And and I only say that to one of my buddies who likes Boy Meets World as like it's kind of like our thing because we both like Boy Meets World, and it's just the most random line we could think of. And so this guy posts it, and I thought that was interesting because the night prior, I had met Ben Savage, the guy who plays Corey Matthews, in person, and it was super embarrassing because he was with this very pretty woman, and
Topanga, obviously
it was not Topanga to my dismay. I know. I don't see. This is where I don't want TMZ to get a hold of this show now because I'm going to be dropping bombs. But yeah, he was with another woman that wasn't Topanga.
Oh my god. Girl Meets World audience.
But they were, they were holding hands and stuff. And then so I was talking to him for a little bit, and then some people end up talking to Ben, who's by the way like runs for office now. He's like he's like into politics now. So I'm talking to the girl. And we're just making small talk. Oh, where are you from? What did you do? Blah blah blah. And then I go, oh, so are you two like together? And she goes, yeah, I'm his wife. I've been married to him for a while. And yeah, and I just
got married in 2023. Calm down.
Sweetheart. Okay. Well, I felt like a dummy that that I had to ask that. But and then but they're very nice, very polite, and dress well. And I guess around Hollywood is always weird saying like signs that says vote for Ben Savage because you're always wondering like is that the same guy? But there you go. So that's literally the next day some guy posts a random line that I quote from Boy Meets World all the time, and worlds collide. Yeah, this is what it's like.
Did you say that line to Ben Savage?
No, I did not. I rarely get. I rarely have a loss for words when I meet famous people.
Yeah, Ben Savage.
He was. I'm not kidding. There's a few. I'll name the few.
Shaking in my boots.
It was Ben. And here's the thing, because I meet a lot of celebrities. I have the opportunity to meet a lot of people and talk to a lot of people with the job that I have. And so I've gotten pretty comfortable doing it. But there are a few people that just took the words right out of me. And I just stood there like, oh. Ben Savage is one of them. Mm-hmm. Tony Hawk is one of them. Paul Rodriguez, the skater, is one of them. I know.
That fucking debacle.
Yeah, that was a fun day. That was the beer midday. Oh man, I forgot about that.
Fucking nightmare that day was.
But yeah, he was one of them. And then I realized it's all people that I looked up to as a kid, but so that's I think that's what the common thread is, or it's just super random. Camila Luddington is one of them, just because I still think she's the hottest girl to ever come on as a guest. Is what I would be saying if I wasn't married, but I will not be saying such a sentence. And yeah, so it's just those are probably the only ones. So a couple of funny stories about that. So Paul Rodriguez episode on Corolla was the day that we all allegedly stole beer from Adam, and he made a big deal about it. And then the Camila Luddington episode is the one where Gary talked about being in an airplane pod and became a song. So it's so that, like, maybe when guests take my breath away, something magical happens.
Do we really need that recap? Is that really fucking necessary?
I didn't say what happened. It was just I was very vague. And I said a song's written about you. That's all.
We could have just gone back to the unnamed bitch ass employee who tried to secretly give it back.
I don't know.
Could have talked about that, but I'm glad we went the other way with that.
Yeah, so I'll recap that a little bit.
Did give it back.
So this
try to.
Paul Rodriguez, the pro skater, owned a beer company called St. Archer, or co-owned it. And so he comes in and we book him because I happen to know one of the other co-owners from St. Archer, and he books Paul to come on. We interview him because he's very famous as one of the top skateboarders in the world. And they bring us tons of cases of beer, like a lot, to the point where we actually made a pyramid out of it, a pyramid. It was beautiful. And then the co-owner's like, oh yeah, I brought this for the staff. So we all took it upon ourselves, like, okay, let's take a couple cases and we'll leave some for Adam, blah, blah, blah. To where at the end of the day, Adam finds out that a lot of the beer's been taken. He throws a big fit. But we're sticking to our guns. We're like, look, I booked that guest. He gave that to the staff. We took it home. He insisted that we take it home. He said it was for all of us. It wasn't just for Adam. But there was one employee, he will remain nameless, who decided to bring his beer back and give it back to Adam, to where he was applauded for doing so. And it made everyone else.
That was after a big meeting where everyone agreed, like, we stand as one.
Yeah,
no one will be doing this. No one will be bringing back the beer.
Like the pyramid itself. Supported from the bottom. It's not moving. Stand for all of time.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We all planned on having a united front, and somebody broke, gave the beer back, and made the rest of the staff look like a-holes, publicly. Because
I'm sorry, guys.
It was not Mike Dawson.
Not you.
For the record, it was not Mike Dawson.
I don't really. I think I tried to stay below the radar on that, but my whole feeling was, fuck you, dude. I took a case of beer. It's mine.
Yeah. I don't remember you saying that to Adam.
No.
We'll cut a drop and we'll send it to him. So
my non-vocal position.
Oh, okay. It was his body language. He said it was his body. And Gary's still bothered by that incident to this day. It was unfair.
I'm more bothered by how badly I lost my temper on that guy.
Yeah, those are the days. A
lot of people thought he was let go, but he actually burst into a ball of flame and just disappeared in a puff of smoke. That's how powerful Gary's rage was.
All right, well, a couple more comments here. Ryan Roberts just says, I just want you all to know that
I have a story that I just remembered actually pertaining to that same individual.
Okay, we'll get that.
I do too.
All right, let's get to that.
I got stories, baby.
I gotta know who we're talking about. I don't know who
he's gonna remain. Well, I can tell you later, but I will say that I was at it was like Jack Black threw some like comedy music festival in downtown Hollywood or whatever, and a buddy of mine had like kind of backstage tickets, so we got backstage tickets, and it was towards the end of the night, and they had like free beer backstage, and we were drinking it, whatever. And we walk out of the backstage area, and I see him there, and he goes, "Oh, hey, what's up, dude?" I go, "Oh, hey, hi." And before anything else, he goes, "They're out of beer. Can you get us backstage?" And I go, no,
Wow.
I cannot get you backstage to get free beer.
You gave that up when you returned your beer.
I
Yeah,
think I know who
that's
it
right.
is.
Are you? Oh,
I
are
think
you?
I know who it is
Yeah, you
now.
lost beer, buddy. This is what you want.
Yeah.
So about 5 years after that gentleman left, he emailed me and asked me if I could get Adam Carolla to stop talking about him on the air.
Yeah.
Which is why I won't say anything. All right, and let's see. Oh, sorry. Now going back to the comments here. Ryan Roberts says, "I just want you all to know that I love you all in this neat little community."
We love you too.
Ryan, we love you too, buddy. And yeah, you're right. This is a neat little community. And then lastly, I want to touch on this. So there has been a member of the Boba Boy Army that we have lost. It's Kevin McCarthy. Now, I've said his name a ton of times. We've read a lot of his comments. You can even go back into the group, click his name, and see all the wonderful contributions he's made to this show. I know I've always known he's been having some medical issues. I don't know exactly what happened, but I do know that he's passed based on some of the posts his parents have made, and obviously the lack of posts that he has been making. And and it's a real bummer. Of course, you never want to hear that. I'm looking at some of his old posts now, and he it seems like he led the revolution of proving that blue foods are real, so I don't appreciate that.
Legacy.
In fact, some of the
Legacy.
last few posts are just fucking blue bananas and shit. But it's okay, Kevin. It's okay.
Gone but not forgotten.
You look. You're a pioneer. They'll build a statue of you once all this settles down. But
And let it be blue.
But look, you were one of my favorite contributors to the community. I always loved seeing your name pop up and reading your comments on air. And to his family, our deepest sympathies to you. He was a wonderful, wonderful man. He'll be missed greatly, and and we couldn't have appreciated him more as part of the community.
It was really heartwarming to see, the other members of the community kind of rally together and post messages of support, and it's really, really special.
Right. So, so I just want to end the comments with that, just because I think, if you've been a member of this show, a listener of this show, you've definitely heard the name. You've seen him. He was a really positive guy, despite all the stuff that was going on, and and that's kind of what this show I think stands for, is bringing that kind of positivity, that light, to everybody. So and he certainly did that. So as I said, he'll be greatly missed, and our condolences to his family. All right. So those are the comments. Now we do have a flick, and we'll get into in Patreon. What are you gonna flick, Kaylin? Can I ask that on this show?
It's a horror movie.
I can't wait.
Fucking A.
It's called Infinity Pool.
Sweet. Heard of it. Haven't seen it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
Are infinity pools still a thing, or do we still like those, or was that like a 2000s thing?
Yeah.
No,
Dude,
still awesome.
Infinity pools will go out of style when pools go out of style. I mean, you had me at pool. Infinity,
Now
sure.
it's
I'm in.
But it's just like what is it, like a bezel-less pool? They seem
That's
dangerous.
not nearly as sexy. Oh, come check out our bezel-less pool. Like, get out of here. Infinity pool. Sign me up.
Right. It goes on forever, dude.
Matt would be an expert. He's done all the different pools. Yeah. All right.
Little pools. I can't
Yeah.
think of another pool.
Super Bowl pools.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. So all right. Well, I guess we'll hear all about infinity pools in the Patreon episode. So subscribe to that if you want to get that extra dose of the WWWWC. And we'll go around the horn and get our plugs in with GTFO. So I'll start with Kaylin. Kaylin, what do you got?
Definitely check out our Patreon. We got a banger of a movie club coming up if you haven't heard already. So you're definitely going to want to watch and hear our commentary on 65. Other than that, check out Godzilla -1. Like I said, I'm only halfway through this movie so far on Netflix, and it is awesome.
I'm glad I'm surprised you're watching this in 2 parts. It seems like a one-sitter.
And I had to get up real early this morning, and it was real late last night, so I'd rather be fresh that when I'm watching it than dozing off, falling asleep.
Right. No more hell diving for the moment?
No more hell diving. Still in storage. I'm holding strong. So
very good. Yeah. Well, I love that you plugged Godzilla -1 after only watching half of it, but it must mean it's pretty good. Doss, what about you?
Third annual Comedy Chateau Comedy Festival starts Saturday. I'm hosting opening night. Free tickets with code Dawson, all caps. And there's a TV show on Netflix, kind of an older one, but it's called Evil. Check it out. It's worth your time. It's pretty fucking cool. A little bit scary.
how far in are you?
Episode 4, I think.
Yeah, that tracks.
It
takes a bit of a dive.
They all do.
Yep.
They all do.
All right, Matt, what about you?
Well, as previously mentioned, please check out our Patreon, patreon.com/watercooler. You know, the value of the dollar, it's all over the place, and $5 is not worth what it was once worth. So let's enjoy those $5 while we have them. Please consider giving them to us to enjoy some great content.
Let us enjoy your $5.
Yeah, make the most of your $5.
That
is what I'm trying
plugs
to
be like
say.
panhandling, and it bothers me.
Well, let me switch it up then and just say, if you're a Disney Plus subscriber, there's a new documentary directed by Ron Howard. It's called Jim Henson, Idea Man. And if you are like me, Jim Henson was a pretty important part of your childhood. And I certainly knew almost nothing about his personal life. And it was a very inspiring and entertaining documentary. Jim Henson, Idea Man.
Boom. And then Gary, what about you?
Yeah, as previously mentioned, our patreon.com/watercooler. For those who are subscribed to the Mellow Money tier, we're doing the meetup on Wednesday of this week at 6:30. And then if you are so inclined, you can just sit right through and watch us record the movie club live. I would not recommend that anyone watch 65, but definitely listen to our critique of it, which is what I would assume it's going to be. So
I will. Yeah.
And I guess if everyone's giving out, entertainment suggestions, check out Tires on Netflix.
All right. That's Shane Gillis' new show. And then as for me, I'm playing at the Ordinary in Long Beach this Saturday night, 9:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. So late night. We'll have some fun, have some drinks. And then as far as entertainment goes, check out Deadpool. I hear it's very good. 10 beans, 10 out of 10. And also, while you're at it, check out President FDR as well. All right, that will do it for Water Cooler. We'll see you later for Patreon this week. We love you. Goodbye.